I wanted to prove that the lower lip of the school beauty who turned into a zombie also tastes like strawberries. The first thing I did after being reborn was to kidnap Liu Ruyan, who had been infected and turned into a zombie, and even fed her with my own heart blood for 7 days and 7 nights. Finally, I dressed her in the purple robe of Heavenly Master and buried her in the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, only because the end of the world would come soon. 90% of the world's population would be infected and turn into terrifying zombies, while survivors could awaken various talents and become the legendary superhumans. In my previous life, although Liu Ruyan awakened the SSS rank Thunder and Shadow talent, she was tricked by a traitor and died horribly in the zombie crowd, and she herself turned into a zombie. Now I have been reborn, and I have also awakened the 3S rank Funeral Summoning talent. Any living creature buried by me will be transformed into the most terrifying zombie and will completely obey my orders. Although both zombies and the infected zombies are dead beings, their natures are completely different. They exist beyond the 3 realms: heaven, earth, and the underworld. Their bodies are even immortal and cannot be destroyed, with lifespans as long as forever. Moreover, I accidentally discovered that although Liu Ruyan has become a zombie, her whole body gives off a faint strawberry scent, and she can even have children. At this moment, in a certain room in Icon City, I tied Liu Ruyan, who had turned into a zombie, to the bed. The female zombie in front of me had an outstanding appearance. Even though she had become a zombie, that delicate beauty had not faded in the slightest, except that her skin had become pale. Her appearance and figure were no different from those of a living person. Moreover, she was nothing like other zombies who swing their claws and fangs wildly. Instead, she kept making babbling sounds from her mouth. "Are you still hungry? Haven't you eaten enough? Look how thin you are. How can you eat so much? You're almost draining me dry. This is the last drop. There will be no more after you finish this." Up to today, I have been feeding Ruyan with my own blood for 7 days and 7 nights in a row. The reason I'm doing this is because of the funeral summoning talent I awakened. The strength of the transformed zombies will be affected by many factors. First is the strength of the zombie when it was alive. The stronger it was when alive, the stronger it will be after becoming a zombie. Then there are various features. For example, zombies transformed while wearing the purple robe of Heavenly Master have a chance to gain the abilities of a Taoist Heavenly Master. If buried wearing a black dragon robe, they have a chance to gain the abilities of an emperor. Originally, the talent awakened by Liu Ruyan was already very powerful, especially her ultimate move, bone scraping. With a single slash, she can kill hundreds of zombies, so she is definitely my best choice for burial. As long as I can successfully transform Liu Ruyan, I can be sure I will definitely get the most terrifying zombie. While thinking, I took out a purple Heavenly Master robe from the side and carefully put it on Liu Ruyan. Immediately after, I took out another piece of clothing, a black dragon robe that I had taken from the museum, and draped it over her as well. After putting on these 2 pieces of clothing, I still wasn't done. I also put the crown of the 10 Yama Kings on Liu Ruyan. After doing all this, I showed a satisfied expression. Then I picked up a sack and put her directly into it. I took her and drove to the outside of the tomb of Qin Shi Huang. In order to make Liu Ruyan become an even more terrifying zombie, I planned to bury her in the tomb of Qin Shi Huang. As soon as I entered the imperial tomb, I was immediately faced with 3 zombies wearing staff uniforms. When they saw me, they immediately jumped towards me. Seeing this, I threw Liu Ruyan on the ground, grabbed a steel bar, and used force fiercely. I immediately pierced through the head of one zombie. Then I gave another kick, knocking down the zombie closest to me. I pulled out the steel bar and forcefully pierced through its head. I took a deep breath, pulled out the steel bar again, and attacked the head of the last zombie. This series of movements was smooth and seamless, and soon I dealt with these 3 zombies. Immediately after, I continued to carry Liu Ruyan and walked inside. Soon I arrived at the main hall. In the middle was placed the coffin of the ancestral dragon, but the body of the ancestral dragon inside had disappeared. Strange. So strange. In my previous life, I clearly remembered that the ancestral dragon's body was in the coffin. Why has it disappeared now? Thinking of this, I immediately frowned. A terrifying thought suddenly appeared in my mind. Could it be that the ancestral dragon has also turned into a zombie? The ancestral dragon has been buried here for thousands of years. Who knows what kind of monster he has become? I must bury Liu Ruyan as soon as possible. Otherwise, I might face the curse of corpse transformation. The next moment, I directly threw Liu Ruyan into the black coffin and sealed the coffin lid. Next is to bury you in the earth. I stretched out my hand and placed it directly on this black coffin. In just an instant, a large amount of black soil immediately grew from the palm of my hand. The soil kept piling up more and soon covered the entire coffin. Finally, it gradually formed a huge mound. And in a place I couldn't observe, the earth's power was constantly feeding Liu Ruyan's body, transforming her from her current zombie body into an even more terrifying corpse king body. At the same time, outside the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, a group of people were walking slowly towards this direction. Leading them was a young man around 20 years old. Brother Lei, Liu Ruyan is already dead. Why are we still here looking for her? A long-haired girl beside him said. The girl was wearing a black, tight-fitting outfit which perfectly showed off her beautiful figure. Especially her pair of beautiful eyes like a fox's were full of charm and grace. What do you know? Although Liu Ruyan has turned into a zombie, she was taken away by someone without anyone noticing. If that person has the talent to control zombies, then all of us will be doomed. A trace of cruelty showed on Brother Lei's face. He was the leader of these people, and also the only superhuman among them who had awakened a rank 1 talent. Earth petrification. Originally, relying on his powerful talent, he could definitely become the Earth Emperor in the apocalypse. But he just had to encounter Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan was extremely beautiful and soon attracted Brother Lei's attention. Liu Ruyan was extremely beautiful and soon attracted Brother Lei's attention. He originally wanted to win Liu Ruyan over with his powerful force, but he never expected that Liu Ruyan was even stronger. Her thunder techniques were superb and marvelous. Brother Lei's earth petrification was as fragile as paper in front of her. If it weren't for Liu Ruyan showing mercy, Brother Lei would have long been struck to death by her thunder. Afterwards, Brother Lei not only didn't hold back, but instead deliberately framed Liu Ruyan using the zombie crowd, making her die at the hands of zombies. After doing all this, Brother Lei originally thought he had succeeded, but he just had to encounter an unexpected problem like me. So Brother Lei decided to eliminate the root cause. He firmly hired people and brought a batch of powerful weapons, wanting to completely wipe out Liu Ruyan and me. And at the same time, the small mound on my side began to shake violently at this moment. Liu Ruyan inside was struggling fiercely, as if she was about to break out of the ground at any moment. I didn't dare to take it lightly. The sky is getting darker and darker now, and this is the tomb of Qin Shi Huang after all. Who knows if the ancestral dragon, after becoming a zombie, will suddenly appear and launch a fatal attack on me. If Liu Ruyan can't be successfully turned into a zombie, then I have almost no chance of surviving. But at this moment, the mound that was shaking violently suddenly returned to calm, and a new connection suddenly appeared in my consciousness. It succeeded. The next second, the soil of the mound in front of me was suddenly broken open. A beautiful figure suddenly appeared in front of me. At this moment, the black dragon robe and purple robe of Heavenly Master on Liu Ruyan had already disappeared, transformed into a light purple long dress. The long dress fluttered in the wind, perfectly showing off her slender and graceful figure. Moreover, her skin was not stiff like that of traditional zombies. It was even as smooth and radiant as white jade. Furthermore, after evolving into a zombie, Liu Ruyan not only had her original talent upgraded to the divine rank, but also obtained 3 powerful divine abilities. Night Parade of 100 Ghosts. Any living creature killed by Liu Ruyan can become a ghost servant, to be commanded at will. Vampiric Evolution. Liu Ruyan can improve her own strength by drinking blood. The stronger the target, the more her own strength will improve. Corpse King's aura as the emperor among zombies. Liu Ruyan has a controlling effect on any living creature weaker than herself and can even control their consciousness. Each of these 3 divine abilities, taken individually, can turn someone into a 3S rank superhuman. Now they all come together in Liu Ruyan. Just how terrifying that must be. Hungry, I'm hungry. Liu Ruyan made a hoarse sound from her mouth. Even though she had become a zombie, her consciousness didn't seem to have recovered. If you're hungry, I'll feed you first. With that said, I stretched my finger directly to Liu Ruyan's mouth. Liu Ruyan looked at my finger as if she was deep in thought. But next, Liu Ruyan's action left me shocked because she quickly moved closer to me. Immediately after, her lips actually pressed directly against mine. I frowned tightly, feeling a wave of coldness coming from Liu Ruyan, but her lips were surprisingly soft, and there was a faint strawberry scent. The next second, I felt a sharp pain on my tongue. Liu Ruyan was actually sucking my blood. Liu Ruyan now obeyed me 100%, but I didn't rush to break free because I could feel that Liu Ruyan was extremely weak right now. She needed to refill her energy as soon as possible. And at the same time, Brother Lei and his group also arrived here. As soon as they entered the main chamber, the group froze, because my appearance at this moment looked like I was kissing Liu Ruyan. Although Liu Ruyan had changed her clothes, her face hadn't changed at all. Dude, you must be really starving. You don't even leave a zombie alone. I was a bit confused earlier. What did you take Liu Ruyan away for? It turns out you want her body. With Liu Ruyan's looks, what man wouldn't be tempted? Although there's a risk of being infected with the zombie virus. But as long as you take proper safety measures, the chance of infection is very low. Who's there? I immediately heard footsteps behind me. I pushed Liu Ruyan away and looked coldly behind me. At this moment, Liu Ruyan still seemed reluctant. She licked the blood off her red lips. Her gaze focused on the people approaching, and she also showed extreme killing intent. Even though she had become a zombie, it seemed her memories hadn't completely faded away. Upon seeing Brother Lei, she immediately became full of hostility. Revenge. Liu Ruyan parted her red lips and said, Upon hearing Liu Ruyan's words, I didn't refuse at all and immediately nodded in agreement. The next second, Liu Ruyan's body suddenly burst out with an extremely terrifying aura. Streams of electric arcs gathered on her body, and even afterwards gradually formed into a terrifying purple lightning shadow. When Brother Lei saw this scene, he was completely stunned. Damn it, wasn't Liu Ruyan already dead? She still has her abilities from when she was alive, and she seems to obey this man. Could it be that he's also a superhuman with the ability to control zombies? Brother Lei wasn't stupid and immediately figured out this man. Could it be that he's also a superhuman with the ability to control zombies? Brother Lei wasn't stupid and immediately figured out this possibility. Brother, I mean no harm, and I'm also a superhuman. As long as you're willing to cooperate with me, food, women, I can give you anything you want. I looked at Brother Lei, but my eyes were extremely cold, because I knew very well that these were the people who killed Liu Ruyan. Kill them all. Leave no one alive. In an instant, Liu Ruyan had already appeared in front of Brother Lei. Her aura was extremely powerful and carried a unique controlling force belonging to a king. Facing Liu Ruyan at this moment, Brother Lei's legs even felt a little weak. Damn it, how is she stronger than when she was alive? Brother Lei cursed inwardly. Immediately after he activated his talent, both his fists quickly turned into solid stone, but Liu Ruyan struck even more fiercely. The purple lightning shadow behind her instantly formed like a fierce dragon and charged directly at Brother Lei. The next second, Brother Lei let out a scream. It was as if he had been struck by tens of thousands of volts of lightning. Every cell in his body felt unbearable pain. After 3 seconds, he directly turned to ashes, completely disappearing from this world. A gunshot rang out. A bullet instantly hit Liu Ruyan between the eyebrows. But strangely enough, the bullet didn't cause her any harm at all. Instead, it was like hitting a steel plate, falling directly to the ground. Liu Ruyan turned her beautiful eyes and immediately saw the person who shot at her. It was a long-haired girl. This long-haired girl's eyes were filled with terror. She pulled the trigger again, firing bullets at Liu Ruyan without holding back. She emptied the entire magazine, but still didn't cause any harm to Liu Ruyan. By this point, she finally realized that with their abilities, they could never be Liu Ruyan's match. Everyone ran desperately towards the outside. And at this moment, the lightning power in Liu Ruyan's hand gradually formed. A lightning-long sword suddenly appeared in her hand. Bone-scraping slash, terrifying lightning like a giant dragon, quickly spread forward, causing damage to everyone without discrimination. No matter how fast those people ran, how could they possibly dodge Liu Ruyan's this slash? Without any surprise, everyone fell to the ground instantly, turning into burned corpses. After doing all this, Liu Ruyan had no expression on her face. Instead, she walked back to my side calmly. I never expected that Liu Ruyan, who was gentle when alive, would be so decisive in killing after death. But I wouldn't blame her at all, because in the apocalypse, only the strong can survive, and Liu Ruyan would be the most powerful killing machine under me. Hungry, I'm hungry, a hoarse voice came from Liu Ruyan's mouth. There was still leftover blood on her red lips, and combined with her pale skin, she looked beautiful yet eerie. Still hungry? How can you eat so much? I looked at Liu Ruyan somewhat helplessly. I'm hungry, Liu Ruyan spoke again. This time Liu Ruyan's tone had less coldness and more sweetness. I looked at her expression and couldn't help but feel a little helpless. All right, since I'm your master, I can't let you starve. So I firmly decided to take Liu Ruyan out to hunt zombies. Walking out of the imperial tomb, I didn't find any trace of the zombie ancestral dragon. Probably left the tomb of Qin Shi Huang already. Not long after walking out of the imperial tomb, I encountered a large group of zombies surrounding me. Liu Ruyan, go! After receiving my order, Liu Ruyan immediately used the power of lightning and swung her sword at these zombies again. When she was alive, she could only use the bone-scraping slash at most once a day. But after becoming a zombie, Liu Ruyan's strength had improved again, being able to use the bone-scraping slash several times in a row. As time passed slowly, Liu Ruyan killed more and more zombies, and I followed behind her, protected by dozens of zombies around me. Because my own strength was weak, I purposely controlled dozens of zombies to protect myself. Half an hour later, Liu Ruyan finally killed all the surrounding zombies. The bodies of the dead zombies piled up into small hills. From this battle alone, I gained nearly 1,000 demon crystals in total. After wiping the blood off them, I tossed one directly into my mouth. The demon crystal melted into liquid the moment it entered my mouth and spread into my internal organs. At first it felt icy cold, but soon after it turned into a wave of burning heat, an extreme contrast of ice and fire. I frowned tightly. Although demon crystals can help superhumans increase their strength, those who can't handle the power of the crystals are likely to be corrupted by the power and turn into zombies. So every time I take a demon crystal, I need more than 10 seconds to process it. But Liu Ruyan beside me was completely different. She popped one demon crystal after another into her mouth, as if she were eating potato chips, showing no sign of strain at all. In just a few minutes, most of the demon crystals were already eaten by Liu Ruyan. But before I could move on, the ground suddenly began to shake, followed by a loud noise of footsteps. It's a zombie crowd. I frowned. A terrifying thought immediately crossed my mind. Generally speaking, zombies have no independent consciousness, making it difficult for them to act in large, unified groups. But special entities can emerge among zombie swarms. These special zombies are called zombie kings, capable of commanding tens of thousands of zombies. And the zombie crowd I'm facing now is at least a medium to large-scale one. At a glance, there are at least 10,000 tightly packed zombies. A group of people running for their lives was ahead of the crowd, but facing the endless wave of zombies. Their chances of survival were slim. A zombie swarm of this scale. I don't know if I'm lucky or unlucky to encounter it, but Liu Ruyan beside me seemed to have smelled food and immediately wore an eager expression. Be careful, I warned Liu Ruyan. The next second, she couldn't wait to rush towards the zombie crowd. With 10,000 zombies here, including a zombie king among them, this would definitely let her have a full meal. After eating nearly 1,000 demon crystals, The aura coming from Liu Ruyan became even more terrifying. The lightning afterimage around her appeared again. At the same time, another long sword formed in Liu Ruyan's hand. Bone-scraping slash. She firmly used her most powerful move. This sword carried an unstoppable force as powerful as a rainbow, and it was more than 10 times more terrifying than the previous 2 times she released it. The moment the electric light touched the zombie crowd, the lightning exploded instantly, spreading towards the surrounding zombies. The zombie swarm cried out continuously, then fell one after another. In the blink of an eye, Liu Ruyan had killed thousands of zombies. At this moment, the zombie king in the center of the swarm showed an extremely human-like expression. Who am I? Where am I? What on earth am I doing? Watching hundreds of its kind fall continuously, the zombie king finally flew into a rage. Its figure, like a swift ghost, rushed towards Liu Ruyan rapidly, but Liu Ruyan didn't dodge at all. The lightning aura around her grew again. Bone-scraping slash. The next second, the electric light exploded once more. The violent power caused the surrounding zombies to lose their lives in an instant, but the zombie king showed no fear at all. At the same time, from its body came an even more terrifying power. A massive stream of water sprayed out from its mouth. Spraying water? This zombie king can actually spray water. Is it just spraying water? Then it shouldn't be a match for Liu Ruyan. As everyone knows, lightning defeats water. Just as I thought. Although the liquid sprayed by the zombie king was as corrosive as acid, with extremely strong corrosive power. Liu Ruyan wasn't afraid of this corrosion at all. With one slash, the zombie king fell instantly. After the zombie king fell, the entire zombie crowd was immediately without a leader, becoming even less threatening. Liu Ruyan continued to kill the surrounding zombies. Seeing this, the survivors nearby were all stunned. Is she even human? Ordinary zombies can't last even a second against her. Even the zombie king that commanded 10,000 zombies couldn't withstand her single slash. The number of zombies around kept decreasing. It only took an hour for Liu Ruyan to wipe out all the zombies. I walked over to Liu Ruyan's side, able to feel the sense of exhaustion from her body. Although Liu Ruyan had consciousness, she didn't understand much. Every time she fought, she would use all her strength. When Liu Ruyan saw me, she immediately made a soft sound. All right. After we collect all these demon crystals, we'll go rest. Just then, several survivors came running towards me. Thank you. Thank you for saving us. My name is Lin Xingyu. I'm a member of the Six Gates organization. If it weren't for you two, our team would have been completely wiped out here. The speaker was a long-haired woman. Her face was filled with intense excitement. She spoke to Liu Ruyan and me with great gratitude. All right, then help dig out all the demon crystals. I glanced at this Lin Xingyu, then looked at the few people behind her. Lin Xingyu had a special pattern between her eyebrows. Clearly, she was also a superhuman, and the people behind Lin Xingyu were actually all superhumans too. Although they all had serious injuries, they didn't give off the vibe of ordinary people. Sure, that's no problem. With the help of Lin Xingyu and the others, it took less than half an hour to dig out all the demon crystals. They filled more than a dozen backpacks. Sir, all the demon crystals are here. Also, may I have your name, sir? Lin Xingyu spoke again, asking me. My name is Zhou Tian. This is my younger sister, Liu Ruyan. The danger has been resolved, so we'll take our leave first. Farewell. I prepared to leave with the demon crystals, but Lin Xingyu called out to me again. Sir Zhou Tian, I have a cooperation proposal to discuss with you. Lin Xingyu spoke again. What kind of cooperation? Let's hear it. I turned around. Lin Xingyu spoke again, and I replied to her casually. What kind of cooperation? Let's hear it. I turned around and replied to Lin Xingyu casually. Your strength is impressive. Would you be interested in joining us to take the evil spirit fruit? The evil spirit fruit is a rare heavenly treasure. If you take one, it can greatly increase your strength. Evil spirit fruit. That sounds interesting. But the evil spirit fruit is currently guarded by several Tier 3 beast creatures. It's hard for us to take it alone. If we succeed, then how about we split it 70-30? You get 70%, we get 30%. Seeing that I was interested, Lin Xingyu quickly added, Fine, but I need to rest now. Let's meet here tomorrow at noon. I thought for a moment and didn't refuse. Although the evil spirit fruit was guarded by beast creatures, I wasn't too afraid of them. After all, Liu Ruyan's strength was clear for all to see. Also, I had collected so many demon crystals this time. If I gave all of them to Liu Ruyan, her strength would improve significantly again. Seeing me agree, Lin Xingyu's face instantly lit up with excitement. If I gave all of them to Liu Ruyan, her strength would improve significantly again. Seeing me agree, Lin Xingyu's face instantly lit up with excitement. Great, then we'll meet tomorrow. I nodded and then left directly with Liu Ruyan. After I left, other team members asked Lin Xingyu, "Captain, is this Zhou Tian reliable? I always feel there's something weird about the woman beside him. She doesn't look like a living person." Hearing this remark, a bitter smile appeared on Lin Xingyu's face. "Of course I know that." But Lin Xingyu said, and directly pulled down her top, revealing her full and soft white skin underneath, and a shocking wound. "Captain Yu, you were scratched?" Seeing the wound on Lin Xingyu's chest, shock appeared on everyone's faces. Lin Xingyu sighed helplessly and pulled her top back up. "I was accidentally scratched. Fortunately, I'm a superhuman, so the zombie transformation process won't be that fast. If the headquarters information is correct, as long as I take the evil spirit fruit, I can be immune to the zombie virus. But if we rely only on ourselves to get the evil spirit fruit, the success rate is too low. The only one we can count on is this Zhou Tian." On the other side, I took Liu Ruyan to a residential area and climbed through a window into a room. Hungry. After resting for a while, Liu Ruyan seemed to be eager to eat. "Take a shower first, then you can eat," I said to Liu Ruyan. At this moment, her body was covered in dirty blood, and her previous attractive aura had completely vanished. Hearing my words, she nodded slightly and didn't say anything more. I led her to the bathroom, then helped her unfasten the long dress on her body. This purple long dress was also extraordinary. It could stay clean even without being washed. I put the long dress aside, and soon the bloodstains on it disappeared completely. Next, it was time to bathe Liu Ruyan, to be honest. It was the first time I had bathed a woman, and this feeling was very unusual because she just stood there in front of me without moving, allowing me to do whatever I wanted with her.